All right, the project for today is pocket doors. We want to put pocket doors in our bus because the kids' bedroom is in the back and we'll be sleeping in the front, and so the bathroom is kind of in the center. And so in order to accommodate that and to provide some level of privacy, we thought rather than doing doors that swing open and kind of get in the way and now we have to figure out the full path of the swinging door, that we'd try to integrate some pocket doors. So we've had some challenges because the roof is curved, and so pocket doors are obviously straight. So the first step in getting these pocket doors to work, and so what we've selected is just a standard Johnson hardware sliding pocket door track and associated hardware, just because we don't want to reinvent the wheel. So we're going to try to use that. So the first step is to try to find a way to mount this securely up on the roof. We do have some ribs up there, and so what we've decided to do is create a C-channel out of these angle iron pieces that this track will bolt onto. And so these will go around like this, and we'll weld these together here at these points and then drill holes where this can be mounted up through the up through the C-channel and then secure this aluminum rail in place. So we don't want everything hanging off the roof. That's another issue. And so what we've decided is to brace the wall. So there's going to be a wall that the pocket door goes into, and so that will be braced with this piece of iron, one on each side, to kind of act as a support as well as to act as an anchor point for the walls. So that's our plan. We're going to see how it works. All right, so for cutting aluminum, we have found that the wood blade actually works better than the steel friction blade. So that's what we've been using. We're going to line this up. Okay. So I've got hearing protection, so Alright, so next we're gonna mark out where the holes are to where these holes are drilled in to secure this guy in. We're not going to use this kind of for a template. We're going to use the piece that we cut that we're not going to use, so that we don't ruin it, basically. So, all right. So we're trying to line this all up, and the thing is, we didn't want it to be so tight that it bound up on this track, but we do want to clamp it when we weld it. So what we've done is we've used a little scrap piece of aluminum that's like a 16 gauge, which should give us about a 1/16 of an inch, I guess, to sort of have a little bit of wiggle room. So what we've done is put that against one of the sides, and then we'll take some measurements, and then we'll know how long to cut our cross beams. So our cross beams we've gone ahead and marked where all the different ones were. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different attachment points up there. So we've gone ahead and marked those, and now we'll just take a measurement of how long to create the little cross beam pieces, and then we'll create 5 of those, clamp this all up, tack weld it all in place, make sure that our thing fits, and if it all fits and everything seems to be working out okay, we will go ahead and weld it all up fully. So we'll see how it works. All right, so we've got our thing clamped up. We have a spacer in the side here. So what the plan is we've cut a bunch of these little guys here, and now we are going to just put them about like that and then weld them all along the sides, and then we'll drill a hole in here and then screw the track up through there. So we've marked the places where the holes are, and so now we'll tack these in place first. So we'll tack it in a few places all along the thing, and then take out the spacer and then see if we can get the track in to fit nicely and if the holes line up and all that stuff. So that's what we're up to next. Okay, so we've tack welded this piece together, and it's just tacks right now because we wanted just to double check to be sure that, first of all, that this would fit and that it would fit in there nicely. So it does. It has about a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. Well, the width of this, basically, of play, which is what we wanted. So if we stick this in here, it fits nice, and we can see that all our holes line up with these little brackets, because that's what we'll be screwing into. So far so good. So now that we've tack welded it and we know that we have all of our pieces where we want them, I'll remove this and we'll just go ahead and fully weld these guys up. So that's the next step. Alright, so we've welded up our little rail here that's going to hold this up. So what we were thinking is put this guy up here like this, and then we would secure him here and here, here and here to these posts here. And so these aren't really going to be strong enough to hold the whole door, but there's going to be a support that comes down here that's going to be on either side, that's going to be attached to the wall. And so really the wall will be holding up most of this weight, but initially it's going to start out up here. So this rail then is what the track slides on, and this will fit right inside this other rail, and then I'm going to get it even, and it will ride just like that. And so the wheels will ride in here, and we do give up a little bit of headroom here because we're gonna have to build something to cover this, but we're short people, so I think it's gonna work out okay for us. But if you are much taller, probably sliding doors would not be a good idea for you. But I'm gonna move this in a little bit.
Okay, it's too close to the edge.
Yeah.
All right.
But stick your tongue out like I do.
Got it?
Alright, so moving on to the inside, we have welded and painted the structure that we're using to support the track. So this is the structure to support the track. So we've lined it all up. So there's going to be a wall here on either side of this track that lines up perfectly with this vent pipe coming from the bottom. So we've lined it up, and now we're just going to drill into these little ribs to hold it in place while we build up the walls and stuff like that. So this will secure it from rocking back and forth. That's good enough to hold it. Okay, so now this will go like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.